you're watching Follow Startups. This is your host Ankita Pahwa, and today we are stepping into the world of Kruzr, where AI is steering us towards safer roads and smarter mobility. With a solid background in tech and a vision for redefining driving safety, Pallav Singh, the CEO and co-founder of Kruzr, is changing the way we navigate on the roads. It's safe to say that Kruzr is an epitome of a landscape where innovation meets impact. Pallav is right here with me to walk us through the inner workings of this AI powered platform he's progressively elevating. Hi, Pallav. Welcome to Follow Startups.
Thanks, Ankita. Thanks for having us, and thanks for sharing our journey with the world.
It's a pleasure to have you here today, Pallav. Okay, so to start things off, could you
Thank you.
quickly give us a bit of background about yourself and what led you to co found Cruiser?
That's a long journey, but I'll try to keep it short. I studied mechanical engineering at IIT Bombay, and my initial interest was in the domain of renewable energy and sustainability. And after graduation, I was working in the domain of renewable energy consulting, helping shape the policy structure for renewable energy in India. And that's where I had met my co-founder Ayan, and that's we shared a few common interests like driving and a common vision or a philosophy that we should build technology to make things better or have a social impact while making a sustainable business out of it. So yeah, that's when we decided to start working together.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Pallav. Now, let's delve into the core of your business. Tell us what your platform, Cruiser, is all about and break it down for us.
Hey, so Kruzr is a smartphone based driving risk measurement and mitigation solution. What we do is we build software which listens to motion sensors on your smartphone, and we fuse that with real time traffic and weather information and other behaviors which impact driving risk. And we create a comprehensive understanding of what the driver is doing in what context, and then identify what are the potential risk behaviors. For example, is he braking too hard, or is he accelerating too much, or is he tired, and so on, right? The intent behind this is twofold. Number one is that by using the smartphone as a platform, our attempt or our goal is to actually reach almost every driver in the world, because smartphones are now ubiquitous. And the second one was that by understanding driving risk in detail, we intend to also alert drivers about predictable and identifiable risks, and then help them avoid those. So for example, one of the things that we measure is driver fatigue, and we do that by using, as you said, machine learning and AI models, so that we can understand what is the baseline fatigue of a driver, and then how driving causes additional fatigue, and what is the probability of him getting into an accident, and alert him before it can actually cause an accident, right? So that's why we say we are a platform which not just understands driver risk, but we also help them at least mitigate a few identifiable or predictable risks.
So, Pallav, you
Yes.
mentioned that this motion data comes from our smartphones, right? So, what are the various sources to collect this data we are talking about here?
Yes, so let me just break that into two parts. The first part is collecting data to understand the risk. Now, collecting the data is one part of it. The understanding the data and making sense of that data is another part of it, right? So, our core platform actually is a app or a SDK which resides in the app of our partners, and we listen to sensors on your smartphone. So you have accelerometer, gyroscope, compass, etc. There are multiple sensors. For example, those sensors actually help you change the alignment of the phone when you turn the phone, and so on, right? So those sensors are already there in the smartphone. All we need to do is listen to that data. So we listen to that data as the foundation, and then we also, when the driving starts, we also listen to the GPS, so that we can understand your speed, etc. Right? So that is the foundation layer of the data which actually comes from the smartphone. If you remember, I also mentioned that we fuse it with data from traffic and other sources, right? So What we do is we take data about traffic and weather information from mapping services. So we are able to then understand which road are you driving on, what is the traffic speed like, what is the weather like, is it raining, is it snowing, is it what is the visibility like, and so on. So we fuse all of this together, and then we also fuse it with some historical records like your accident hotspots. So there are patches on the road where disproportionately high number of accidents happen. That could be because of terrain design, or that could be because of multiple other factors, right? But we can't change them because that's the landscape. So we identify those zones as well, and see if you're going to cross them or if you're crossing them, and so on. So there are three layers of data that we actually gather from the smartphone, from internet services, and historical records that we actually are collecting and building ourselves as a database, globally. So we've done that for a few countries. India is also next on the line with one of our partners. So those are the data sources that we use. And once we collect all that data, we push it onto our cloud servers, and then we analyze that data using our proprietary machine learning based algorithms to make sense of what the driver is doing, and then we score every trip. So that's how it works.
That's quite interesting, Pallav. Okay, now let's shift gears a bit and tell us who Cruiser is aiming to assist and how. I mean, of course, there are drivers and you want to reach as many drivers as possible. But as a business, could you break down your target market for us?
Absolutely. So, while our end goal is to reach as many drivers as possible, to make roads as safe as possible using our platform, what we do understand is that it's a big world out there. And so we need to work with the right partners so that we can maximize our reach. So we work with three major players in the domain of mobility. Number one is motor insurance companies, because they underwrite the financial risk of accidents, right? So they are one natural partner for us. In addition, we also work with logistic companies through our partners who build logistic tech platforms for planning, scheduling, etc. So, and the third one is OEMs and tier one OEM suppliers. So I'll summarize it again. Number one category is your motor insurance companies. Number two, logistic tech platforms who already support large number of commercial vehicles. And third one is uh, OEMs and their suppliers.
So your target market basically seems to encompass major stakeholders in the mobility sphere, correct? However, has your focus never been on individual consumers directly? You know, someone who's looking for a smart driving app to ensure their safety on the road.
That's an interesting question, and that's actually a go-to-market decision or a strategy, right? We could go to the consumers directly and find alternate business models for monetizing, but we have made a very conscious decision to work with B2B partners rather than going to consumers directly for multiple reasons. One is that there are already players who have these connects and who already have these distribution networks in place. So why not tap into that? That is one part. Second part is that distribution B2C is a different ball game altogether. There you need challenges like customer acquisition and the marketing cost that comes with it, and so on, right? So we felt that the best way was to focus ourselves on the technology platform and leverage the distribution net of existing players who already have built it, rather than building it ourselves all over again. So that was a conscious choice, actually, rather than can be, yes, but we felt that this was more let's say uh, optimal or better suited for us. We just want to be the experts in the technology for understanding and mitigating risk, rather than also focusing on the consumer side of things.
So, hey, talk to us about some of your existing customers that you had the opportunity to work with within these markets.
That's a very interesting question. We have been working with India's one of the largest motor insurance companies, and we are working with them to integrate our platform onto their main consumer app, which will help them understand their customers, use the insights that we help them gather to design their customer engagement and renewal and other business intelligence activities. Another very important use case, which is that we are also helping them create new line of motor insurance policies, which are actually linked to how the driver drives. So these categories of policies are called usage-based insurance, wherein let's say I am pretty confident that I'm a top 5 percentile driver and I'm very safe. So your insurer will basically offer you additional discounts for being a good driver, and that is those types of policies are called UBI policies. And we're also helping our partner first start gathering data and then launch these policies in India, which would actually be one of the first of its kind. So yeah, we're very excited about the insurance landscape in India because the tech adoption has just started, and it's going to be a very interesting journey on the insurance side of things. So that covers the one type of the partner that we work with. In addition, we are also working with a tier one supplier for a major automotive company, one of actually the largest automotive company in the world. And there, what we are doing is actually understanding driver fatigue, and the end goal is to alert the driver through the car entertainment unit itself. So integrating your fatigue measurement and fatigue alert system within the car, with the intent of reducing any instance of drowsy driving as effectively as possible. So that's another project. That apart, we also working with some logistic player. So the one of our partners is actually the largest logistic management platform in US and Canada. We are essentially helping them understand uh, what is the driving pattern and risk exposure of all their fleets on the platform, and help them improve their overall safety. So that's another partner that we're working with. So yeah, I think interesting use cases, different use cases in different parts of the geography, and yet we firmly believe that we are still just getting started on our journey, because yeah, it's a making roads safer is not an easy problem to solve, but we're committed to it, and we are looking forward to working with more partners. And yeah.
So now in terms of growth, like
Yeah.
where does Cruiser currently stands? What's the current stage of your platform?
So currently we are, I would classify us as in the early revenue phase. We've been working with our partners for a while, which includes testing, development, pilots, integration, and so on. We are looking to continue on this path and expand as much as possible. So yeah.
So tell us, where is your company headquartered?
So we are headquartered in Santa Clara, California, and but most of our team members are based in Bangalore.
So like, are you operating in other countries as well? So you mentioned US, Canada. So
Yeah.
what's your geographical reach like?
So we have clients in US and Canada, but outside of that, we have clients in India, Southeast Asia, and Europe as well. My co-founder Ayan is based in Europe, and we also have a priority to grow that market as well eventually.
Absolutely. I mean, road safety knows no border. So you
Exactly.
mentioned
Yeah.
Ayan, your co-founder. So what's his background? Tell us a little bit about him.
Ayan studied chemical engineering at BITS Pilani, and before working at Kruzr, he was leading a few AI platforms. And at Kruzr, he looks after the product. He's the chief product officer, and he also looks at business development in Europe.
So Pallav, now let's come into the mechanics of your business. Tell us
Yeah.
how Cruiser brings in revenue and how does it align with your core offerings?
So the way we work with our partners is that we charge them on a per customer per month basis. So the way it works is we either offer them a standalone application, or we offer our SDKs, which gets integrated into their apps, and then they distribute it to their customers or their fleet drivers and so on. And then we start billing them on a per month, per number of licenses that they purchase basis.
So would you like to share some business numbers or key metrics that can help paint a picture of Cruiser's success so far, Cruiser's growth journey? I mean, numbers often tell a very compelling story.
Yeah, that's true. We are still in early stages of rollout with consumers, but I would say we have roughly 10,000 drivers on our platform currently active. But a few of our projects are actually right ready for, I would say, rapid scale up. The insurance partner that I was mentioning, they actually are just about to launch that in the Indian market, and they have over 3 million customers already. So yeah, we are looking for a much larger scale. Till now we have been more on the development and integration cycle, and yeah, we're looking forward to the next level of growth, which is scale with each of our partners.
That's impressive. It's really exciting to listen to the journey you have been on. Could you also take us through the kind of support that you have managed to build up over the years? I mean, who are your investors and what's been the funding milestones that you have achieved so far?
Yeah, so we raised a seed round of funding from Sama Capital and Beta Capital. That helped us build the core product, and then also expand our geographic reach outside from India to US and Europe.
So, are you also currently exploring new funding opportunities at present?
We are in discussions with a few investors for our next round of funding, and this will help us expand our growth in the US and European market.
Great. Hey, you mentioned that since you're expanding to India as well, what you're excited about is working with the insurance companies mostly. So, could you elaborate on the fact that how do you work with insurance companies and what is it that you offer to them?
Okay, so with insurance companies, the model isn't much different. What we do is offer them our SDKs, which they integrate into their consumer app, and then send the message across to their customers that we built a feature which helps you become safer drivers and also gets you discounts and so on. And but as the drivers start using the application, we also help them design their engagement, how to build gamification and leaderboards and other things so that they can more actively engage with their customers.
That's interesting. Hey, so
Yeah.
can you also like paint a picture of your team size today as of now and
Yeah.
how things are structured at Cruiser?
Actually, the structure is fairly straightforward. We are a small startup of 8 people. It's me and my co-founders, and rest of them are techies who are building the product and integrating, helping with project integrations and so on. We are looking to grow the team size as well. We're looking for some key technical roles as well as a few business roles as well. So yeah, I think we are entering the stage of growth, and yeah, we'll have to grow the team much more rapidly given the kind of interest that we are seeing from the market now.
Of course. And as we are almost like nearing the end of this conversation, tell us what's on the horizon for Cruiser in the next 12 months.
So for us, a major milestone is to grow with each of the companies or each of the partners that we are already working with. There's been a lot of time, effort, investment from our side as well as our partners, and we are primed for growth with them. That apart, we are also looking at expanding our presence through team in geographies like US and Europe. I think those are the two main things. I think I already mentioned that we are doing a fundraise. So other than the fundraise, scaling up with each of our partners and then also expanding our presence in each of the geographies that we're working.
Well, Pallav, I am positive that the road ahead will be exciting for you and
Oh,
Cruiser.
thank you.
So,
Thank you.
if I ask you to look back on your journey, what would you say are the
Yeah.
top three most influential factors that have led to your success?
I wouldn't say we are a success yet. I think we are a work in progress. And I would say that it's been a massive learning journey personally. And I wouldn't change it for anything yet. The kind of the Pallav that was before we started to where I am today. I think I'm a totally different man in terms of the learnings, in terms of the interesting people that you meet, there's so many I think I would say important factors in our journey. One is a lot of people who believed in us. They When the times were tough, they've kept us going. I think that's number one. Number two is I think our the whole team believing even in our toughest days that this is a problem worth solving, so let's keep going. I would say those two have been the most important ones, and I would not definitely not undermine the importance of support from family and people close to me who have pushed me forward and helped me get here. Though I would still say, again, I would still reiterate that we are not a success yet. At least that's not the way we look at it. We look at it as you know. There's initial validation of what we are doing, and that gives us the conviction to keep going.
So, considering that we have plans to promote this video to large enterprises, investors, tech giants, and a broader ecosystem, is there anything specific that you would like to mention that could help you find any kind of external assistance that you require?
Yeah, absolutely. So, one is definitely spreading the word about the work that we are doing, and if there are players in the mobility space, any of the categories, we would love to have a discussion with them, show what we are doing, or share what we're doing, and explore if we can help them make their fleets or their consumers safer on the road. So that would be one. Other than that, if there is a reach outside of the B2B partners and investors, if you can also spread the awareness about road safety, and that would be also very helpful. The overall awareness and understanding the need for it for consumers at large would help us in the long run. And so yeah, I think that's about it, but not a very important point. I think the most important point is just awareness. Yeah.
So, I wish you all the best in achieving all the targets that you have set for yourself, Pallav. And you can bet that I'll be eagerly waiting to hear about your milestones as they unfold, because I know that sooner or later, Cruiser is a success.
Thank you so much, Ankita, for your kind words, and thank you for this opportunity. And yeah, I would love to be engaged in this platform and contribute as any way I can.
But I'm not letting you go right now. I mean, it's time for our
Oh,
last concluding round. It's a rapid fire round. Are you ready? Just quick five
mhm.
questions.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay. So, a book that you would recommend to the youth that has greatly influenced your career journey.
Okay, so there I'll actually name two.
Hmm.
One is Strategy Rules. It's a book on learning about building influential businesses by uh, learning from Bill Gates and Steve Jobs and Andy Grove. I think that's a book which has actually influenced me a lot. Another one which I am currently reading and I'm really enjoying is Life Principles by Ray Dalio. So yeah, those two would. I forgot the name of the author of the first one, but yeah, those are the two books I would recommend anyone, let alone just start a founders. So
Question number two. Which productivity tool do you find the most helpful in your day-to-day work?
I rely a lot on Notion and Todoist.
Okay, so a fun fact about you that most people don't know.
Two, I love sports and I love music.
What is your favorite quote or mantra that you live by?
This one actually resonated the most with me. So if you look at or if you watch tennis and if you watch the Roland Garros, there's a very nice statement in the center court which says victory belongs to the tenacious. I live by that. I think that if you stay long enough and work on it, you'll find success. I think that's something that I really believe in.
Pallav, last but not the least, what is one piece of advice for the young audience watching this?
I would say don't be afraid of failures and chase your dreams. I think we as a country are poised or placed at a time where a lot of youngsters can do that, and that will not just help them become the best versions of themselves, but also make this country much better, faster. So yeah, I think don't be afraid and chase your dreams.
That's a beautiful advice. Well, I hope this was worthy of your time, Pallav. Just one last thing before I let you go. I want you to make a wish for your startup that you hope comes true in the near future. Make a wish out loud.
Okay, so I think the one wish that I have is that at least a part of the vision that we set out to achieve, which was making roads safer, saving lives which are lost in road accidents, and also building a sustainable business out of it. And associated with that is that we also make our true believers proud.
And here's to Cruiser, a beacon of innovation and safety in the world of driving. I wish it becomes synonymous with road safety and transform the way we all navigate our journeys, Pallav. All the very best.
Thank you, Ankita. Thanks for your kind wishes.
If you'd like to stay updated with the latest developments and business insights from Cruiser, make sure to follow their channel on follow.us/startups. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next exciting conversation.